What do The Walking Dead,
Forrest Gump,
and Stranger Things have in common?
Find out next on Sarah's Wiki Corner podcast.
It is time for Sarah's Wiki Corner. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello. What are we learning about today? First Wiki Corner of 2025.
Well, it was on January 2nd of 1788 that Georgia voted to ratify the U.S. Constitution and become the fourth state in the modern United States.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, so not to take us off course here,
No, you're
but
good.
last week I had a winner. Early this week, I had a winner who was visiting Rochester from Savannah.
Oh.
So such a lovely voice. I mean, I assume she's beautiful.
I love the
beautiful
accent.
voice.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
So the province of Georgia was established in 1732 with its first settlement occurring in 1733 when Savannah was founded, speaking of.
There you go.
By 1752, Georgia had transitioned into a British royal colony, making it the last and southernmost of the original 13 colonies. Named in honor of King George II of Great Britain, the Georgia colony extended from South Carolina down to Spanish Florida and westward to French Louisiana along the Mississippi River.
Okay.
In the mid-20th century, several notable figures from Georgia, including Martin Luther King Jr., emerged as key leaders in the civil rights movement. Atlanta was chosen to host the 1996 Summer Olympics, celebrating the centennial of the modern Olympic Games.
Well, there was something that happened there, wasn't there?
I think so.
That one where the bomb went off?
I think so.
Okay.
Since 1945, Georgia has experienced significant population and economic expansion. Between 2007 and 2008, 14 of Georgia's counties were listed among the 100 fastest growing in the United States.
How many?
14.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
So Georgia is known as the Peach State, but it's also the country's top producer of pecans,
Oh, really?
peanuts, and Vidalia onions.
Vidalia onions,
Yes.
too.
The state's onions are considered some of the sweetest in the world.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Gainesville in northeast Georgia touts itself as the poultry capital of the world, and Georgia is also in the top 5 blueberry producers in the United States.
Thank you.
In 1886, Coca-Cola was sold for the first time at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta for 5 cents a glass. Decatur, Georgia is the site of the very first Waffle House, which today is the Waffle House Museum, featuring memorabilia from the chain's 60-year history.
All right.
In addition to Coca-Cola, Georgia is also home to the headquarters of Chick-fil-A, CNN, Delta Airlines, the Centers for Disease Control, and Home Depot.
And Home Depot, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Atlanta has been called the Hollywood of the South.
Oh, yeah.
Since 1972, over 800 films and 1,500 TV shows have been filmed on location in Georgia. Georgia overtook California in 2016 as the state with the most feature films produced on location.
Holy cow, really?
TV shows like Stranger Things, The Walking Dead, The Vampire Diaries are all filmed in the state, and movies like Forrest Gump, Hidden Figures, Sully, The Hunger Games, and Captain America, Black Panther, and many more were filmed all over Georgia.
I didn't realize that they were making films and television shows there so long back, like back to the 70s. I thought it was all just newer stuff.
No, I guess not.
Okay.
Yeah. Since 1998, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport has been the world's busiest airport by passenger traffic. It's the busiest and most efficient airport in the world, accommodating more than 100 million passengers annually.
Jeez.
In 2023, the airport served over 104.6 million passengers, the most of any airport in the world, and is also the world's busiest airport by aircraft movements.
Oh, movements.
Movements, yeah.
Okay, sneaking around.
Now, one of the largest New Year's Eve celebrations in Georgia happens in the town of Tallapoosa, where they host the annual New Year's Eve possum drop.
The
possum drop.
Possum drop.
Spencer, the taxidermied opossum, is suspended in a wire ball that's decorated with Christmas lights and positioned at ground level for the majority of the night for pictures and such.
Sure.
And then at 11:30, he's raised to the top of one of the city's tallest buildings, and at midnight, he gets slowly lowered to the ground to symbolize the start of the new year.
I'm glad it.
Now, Spencer's name
was
is
slow.
a tribute to Ralph L. Spencer, a prominent 19th century businessman recognized for his contribution to the town's economic growth. Is that an honor? I don't know.
I
To have the taxidermied possum named after you? I don't know.
Well, he's probably a cute little guy. I thought you were
I
going to say they
guess.
dropped him like fast.
Oh, no.
That would be awful.
That would be.
Even though he's
And
taxidermied and long
but,
gone. But
you
yeah.
know.
All right. You picked out a record to go along with Georgia, did you, Sarah?
Yes, so we're going to play their official state song, which is Georgia on My Mind by Ray Charles.
Oh, this one. It's a real gem. Sarah, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Georgia.
Yeah, honestly, I talked to that woman from Savannah on the phone, and her voice, her accent, it was so kind.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to offer me some sweet tea, something like that. Just very nice. Sitting out on the veranda, that kind of thing. Is that am I stereotyping?
No.
I am. I'm stereotyping big time.
The heat is definitely blasting in here now.
It is, right?
Are you listening? Is your 5-head listening?
It feels like Georgia in here. Oh, my golly.
Wow. Okay.
Do you remember the show Designing Women?
I never watched it, but I heard of it.
That's a show I hadn't thought of in years until after I spoke to that lady from Savannah. And I forgot off the phone. I was like...
Was it set in Savannah or something?
I think it was. It was definitely set in Georgia. Maybe Savannah. That was Annie Potts, Delta Burke, Meshack Taylor was the guy in it. Who was the main woman? I can't think what her name was. I can picture her. She was on the last seasons of Different Strokes as well. I can't think what her name was. Anyway, whatever.
What's Designing Women?
Yeah, Designing Women. That was a funny show. That is a show you don't really see in reruns either. I wonder what happened to it. It's got to be around somewhere. It was a good show, as I recall. What do you have? Anything? Anything at all? Nothing?
Julia Duffy and Jan Hooks.
Oh, Jan Hooks. Yeah, she was in it.
Judith Ivey.
No. Who's the star?
I don't know.
What are you not looking on, like IMDb or something?
What do you think I'm looking it up?
IMDb?
Wikipedia.
Oh. Well, you are partial to Wikipedia.
I am.
For some reason.
My go-to.
Did you?
Delta Burke. Dixie Carter.
That's her, Dixie Carter.
Dixie Carter.
Yeah, even the name isn't that just same name just scream Georgia? Dixie Carter.
Dixie Carter. Yeah.
I think she's gone now.
Oh.
I think.
Oh yeah, she died in 2010.
Oh, that's sad.
She was 70.
Oh, that's sad. That is sad. But yeah, she was on the end of Different Strokes. She became Did they get married? Was she a stepmom on Different Strokes? I can't remember.
Another show I didn't really watch.
Well, you missed out, young lady. You missed out, and you should really give Beast Games a go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm intrigued.
See what you think. Again, people
That's
don't get
cool that
killed.
you know somebody on it.
Yeah, she's still in it. Fingers crossed.
So she lives around here?
I don't know if she still does or not.
Oh, okay.
But she's been texting friends of ours, giving behind the scenes, but doesn't say whether she.
Well, I'm sure
how
there's
she does.
there's got to be like an NDA that you got to sign.
I'm sure.
Right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay,
Yeah.
You ready to go? Stand by. Back to the program. Legends 102.7, the biggest hits in the history of the world, and the legendary Ray Charles, Georgia on My Mind. Sarah, do remind us, why did we just play that record?
Well, because that is the official state song of Georgia,
Yes.
which we were talking about because it was on this day that they voted to ratify the Constitution and became the fourth state in the Union.
Let's recap 3 things we must take away from today's Wiki Corner. Are you ready?
Ready.
Go.
All right, Georgia is the country's top producer of pecans, peanuts, and Vidalia onions.
Over 800 films and 1,500 TV shows have been filmed in Georgia since 1972.
And Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport is the world's busiest and most efficient airport.
And you know, Georgia, honestly, the only time I've been to Georgia, I don't think I've ever stopped in Savannah. I think I've always just kind of either driven through Georgia on my way to Florida or obviously layovers at the airport. But I don't think I've been.
I think just the airport for me. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was always such a nice day when you were driving down to Florida and you hit Georgia, because it first of all felt like you were in the South because it was warmer.
Yeah.
And the peach trees. I mean, just it's beautiful. It is gorgeous down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, folks, want to learn more about Georgia, Sarah? Where do they go? What do they do?
Well, you can go to my Wiki blog. If you go to legends1027.com on the
Of course,
homepage,
yeah.
there's a link that takes you to my blog where I post everything I talk about every day.
And you can always watch all of this unfold along with images of what we're talking about on our Facebook page every day at 4:10, facebook.com/legends1027. Facebook Live, that's where it is. And then we archive everything up at YouTube. Go to YouTube and search out Sarah's Wiki Corner. You'll see the entire channel there, the Legends channel. You'll see all the archived video and audio. It's all up there. And you can like and subscribe that. Please do.
Yeah.
And that's about it for today. First episode of the Wiki Corner for 2025. Not
In
bad.
the books, not bad.
In the books. Episode 2 tomorrow. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Traffic, weather, on the way next. Brian Adams and more of your favorites straight ahead on Legends 1027.